Thank you very much for having me here today, and I'm going to now introduce Michael Kram, who will be, and with your help, will be the next Member of Parliament for Wascana.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's great to see so many people here standing up for our resource sector. I'd like to start by acknowledging some of my fellow Conservative candidates and members of Parliament. We have from Souris Moose Mountain, Robert Kitchen. We have from Moose Jaw Lake Center, Landigan, Tom Lukiski. From Cypress Hills Grasslands, we have David Anderson. From Yorkton Melville, we have Kathy Wagenthal. And from Regina Louvain, we have Warren Steinley. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Kram, and I'm the Conservative Party candidate for Regina-Wascana. Far too often, people in this province think that what goes on in rural Saskatchewan doesn't affect what goes on in the cities and vice versa. This way of thinking needs to end if we're going to move forward in making our society the best place we can be. Here's why. In any given year, over 10% of the provincial government's revenues come from natural resources. That money goes to pay for roads and schools and hospitals and seniors' homes so that everyone is better off. But if those resources stay in the ground, that means we can't build new schools or fund services we all rely on, and our standard of living suffers as a result. Oil and natural gas and potash aren't doing anyone any good just sitting there in the ground. But getting resources out of the ground is only half the story. A barrel of oil isn't much good if we can't get it to our customers. In order to get the best price for our resources, we need to get them to world markets. That means getting grain on the trains and oil in the pipe. That means getting pipelines built. We need to get pipelines built to the West Coast. We need to get pipelines built to the East Coast. We need to get this infrastructure in place so that we can get the best price for our resources instead of always selling at a discount to our neighbors to the south. The Liberal government of Justin Trudeau and Ralph Goodale has failed miserably. They haven't gotten pipelines built and have brought in a carbon tax instead. That's why it's time for a new federal government, a Conservative government led by Andrew Scheer, and with me, Michael Kram, as the Member of Parliament for Regina-Wascana. I've always believed that we have an obligation to leave society better for our children and grandchildren. Imagine for a minute if our ancestors never built the railway. Imagine if our ancestors never homesteaded this land or never built the Trans-Canada Highway. We wouldn't have this society that we have today. We wouldn't have this great city or this great province or this great country. In the same way that our predecessors built this country for us, we have an obligation to get these pipelines built and to develop our oil and natural gas sector so that our children and grandchildren have a better future. Hear, hear. And that is what I will work towards as the next Member of Parliament for Regina-Wascana. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your support.